Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am here with my today's new topic, that is verbal nouns. You have heard this word verbal in the topic of verbs, but today I am going to discuss about verbal nouns. You have gone through the topic of nouns already and you know the function of nouns in a sentence. Now, what are verbal nouns? These nouns are formed of verbs, but they function as nouns in sentences. It means that the words that are formed of verbs, we derive them from verbs, but the function of these verbs are of noun in a sentence. These nouns can be gerunds, infinitives, or any noun that ends with suffixes ment, ion, al, age, ance, ence. Now, gerunds and infinitives are also known as verbal nouns. But gerund nouns and infinitive nouns are already discussed. So, there is another new type of verbal noun that ends with certain suffixes. Let's have a look on all the verbal nouns in this video. The very first one is gerund nouns, that is also known as verbal nouns. The formation of gerund nouns is first form of verb plus ing that will function as a noun in a sentence. For example, from play, we have derived a word playing. Example is playing gives me strength. Now here this certain word playing is derived from the word play, but here in this particular sentence it functions as a noun. It is placed at the place of a subject. Another example in the form of a sentence is I love playing basketball. Now love here is basically the main action. Playing basketball is considered as gerund phrase and playing is gerund here. Next example is smoke. It is a verb and from smoke with adding ing we have derived smoking. Smoking is injurious to health. Now here in this particular sentence smoking function as a noun, gerund noun in this sentence. He should quit smoking. Again the function of this word smoking is of noun as object. Next I have swim and swimming. Swimming is a healthy exercise. In this particular sentence, swimming function as a gerund noun. They enjoy swimming. Again, swimming is gerund or a verbal noun. From travel, I have derived traveling. Traveling is his passion. Traveling is a verbal noun in this sentence. She is always excited about traveling to Europe. Now, traveling to Europe is a gerund phrase. It can be considered as a verbal phrase and traveling is a verbal noun or a gerund noun. Some more examples are work, working, talk, talking, type, typing, act, acting, paint, painting, learn, learning. From verbs, new words are derived by adding ing and these words function as noun in a sentence that are known as gerund nouns or verbal nouns. Now, infinitive nouns are also known as verbal nouns. Formation of infinitive nouns or verbal nouns is 2 plus first form of verb that will function as a noun in a sentence. So, it will become a verbal noun. Let's have a look on examples. From play, to play is a verbal noun or an infinitive noun. To play guitar is fun. Here this to play is functioning as a noun. From eat, to eat is essential for health. Forgive, to forgive. Now to forgive is an infinitive noun or a verbal noun. To forgive is divine. To forgive is at the place of subject. It is considered as a verbal noun or an infinitive noun. These both are the cases that you can get an MCQ about. Like to forgive is divine. What is to forgive in this sentence? And it might be possible that in the options you get only verbal noun and there is no infinitive noun. So quickly go for this verbal noun and your MCQ will be considered as correct. Some more examples are sing, to sing, from work to work. Dance is a verb and infinitive is to dance. Create is a verb and to create is a verbal noun or an infinitive noun. Travel is a verb and to travel becomes infinitive or verbal noun. Now next, verbals ending with certain suffixes. How some other verbals are formed? We add certain suffixes and a new noun, a new verbal is formed with the help of the main verb. The very first one is the suffix ment. Now let's have a look on examples. Develop is a verb that function as an action in a sentence. Now adding ment, it becomes development, and development in the sentence will be used as a noun, and this noun is known as a verbal because it is formed of a verb. Amuse is a verb. Amusement with the addition of ment becomes a verbal. Assign, assignment. Enjoy, enjoyment. Improve, improvement. Adjust, adjustment. These all becomes verbals because they are formed of verbs. You can use them in your sentence at the place of a subject, and you will get to know that how they function as a noun in a sentence. Next is suffix ion. Educate is a verb, and by adding ion it becomes education. Education is a verbal noun. Manipulate, manipulation. From act, action. Invite, invitation. Relax, relaxation. Celebrate, celebration. Vibrate, vibration. Form, formation. All these words are known as verbals. Next suffix is age. Pass is a verb, but adding age it becomes passage, and passage is a verbal noun. Store, storage. Imagine, image. Damage, damage. Damage is a verb, damage is a verbal noun. From pack, I can make package. Bag, baggage. Those words that are derived from verbs but they function as a noun in a sentence, they become verbals. Another suffix is al. Examples are try. Try is a verb, and the verbal of try is trial. Deny, denial. Betray, betrayal. Arrive, arrival. Approve, approval. Remove, removal. Dispose, disposal. By adding al to the verbs, they become verbal nouns. Next is ance. Issue is a verb, but adding ance it becomes issuance. Accept, acceptance. Resist is a verb, and adding ance it becomes resistance, and resistance is a noun, verbal noun within a sentence. Guide, guidance. Comply, compliance, etc. Now the last suffix is ence. Examples are prefer. Prefer is a verb. By adding ence as a suffix, it becomes preference. Within a sentence, it will function as a verbal noun. Exist, existence. Confide, confidence. Influence, influence. If it is used as a verb, it will be at the place of a verb, but as a verbal noun, it will function as a noun in a sentence. Now I'm going to give you a few examples where you will find that how certain verbs are changed into verbal nouns. So let's have a look. The very first example is I enjoy music. Now if you look at the construction of this sentence, I is subject, enjoy is verb, and music is object or a noun. Now let me change this verb enjoy into a verbal enjoyment, and let's have a look on a certain sentence. Music is a source of enjoyment. Now look at the construction. From enjoy, enjoyment is a verbal noun and it functions as a noun in a sentence. Here enjoyment is an object of preposition, so it is a noun. Next example is they educate their children. Here educate is a verb. Let me change it into a verbal. They should be given education. Now education is a verbal noun in this sentence. They celebrate their victory. Celebrate is a verb here, and with this verb I am going to change it into a verbal, that is celebration. They are excited for the celebration. Here it is a verbal noun. He approved his bill. Here approved is a verb, and the verbal of approve is approval. He is waiting for the approval. Here this approval is a verbal noun. So this is the way to change verbs into verbals and then use them in your sentences and get to know that where they function as verb and where they function as verbal nouns. I hope this is clear to all of you and you will try your own examples in your own sentences to get to this topic easily. I'll be there with my next video soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.